Melissa Valentine. Welcome to Lavana Soaps. In this video, I'll be making a flower garden soap. It'll mostly be centered around roses, so sort of a rose garden type of thing. Right now we're going to melt our hard oils, which are cocoa butter and coconut oil. We will be using the heat transfer method where we mix our lye water together and pour it over the hard oils while the lye water is still hot. Alright, here we go with our lye water. And we're just going to stir that around until the hard oils are melted. But as that cocoa butter softens, I've been saying this in other videos, mash it up against the side of the container like this. And as it gets softer, it will start to mash up and melt even faster. Alright, so all of our hard oils are nice and melted, and it's all smooth and creamy looking. So I'm going to add in my liquid oils, which are mostly olive oil and castor oil. And then I will stir those together by hand for a minute before I use my stick mixer. Alright, we have hit traced. We're going to mix little bits of this batter into our three colors. Alright, so what I've done here is I've taken 3 little portions out of this main batch, and I've added a little bit of titanium dioxide to this one to make it a lighter, creamier color. You see it compared to the main batch. Then I took a light red, which was red mixed with titanium dioxide, and a lighter green, which is green mixed with titanium dioxide. Did the same with these two. So now we're going to take our swirl tool and we're going to try to make a nice pretty swirl design. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this, maybe about half of it, into my mold here. For this red, I'm going to drizzle like so. Then a bit of white. And then a little bit of green. And then some more of this, but I want to try to break the fall because I don't want it to totally go through. Alright, let's go down in and do some magic, or hopefully do some magic. Now I'm kind of just playing around with the swirls a bit. It almost looks a little Christmassy, doesn't it? Alright, well, I'm going to let that sit and see how it cuts. So it's been 24 hours on this soap and it's hardened up so nicely. I can't even make a thumbprint in it, but it's still cuttable. I just have to peel off the freezer paper from the outside. Ooh, that looks cool. I mean, if it looks like this through most of the way through, I'll be so happy, but I'm so nervous that it's going to be bland and boring through the rest of the bar, but I guess we're just going to have to cut it to find out. This side, that's kind of interesting too. And the bottom, I don't know, it looks like the swirl went all the way down, so let's just hope that it did turn out nice. There's always that little bit of anxiety when you make a soap with especially colors or a design you haven't tried before. You're always worried that maybe it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. But we're gonna line this up on here and try a cut. Moment of truth, you guys. Okay, here we go. Oh, that swirl is so cool, you guys. Look at that. That came out so nice. I love it. So the idea behind this bar was, you know, the green foliage of the rose bush, and then, of course, the red roses themselves. But I do like how the swirls came out. So it looks like I'll be keeping that swirling tool around for a while because I did make them out of some supplies I bought at Hobby Lobby last week, and it looks like it worked. Alright, and the thing about these swirl designs is that every bar is a little bit different. So they're all unique. Always clean your wire before you do a new cut so you don't get drag marks. Alright, here we go. Let's see how, ooh, that's pretty. So both sides of these are gorgeous. Oh, I couldn't be happier with the way this came out. Yes, there are some air bubbles in there because it was a small batch, and unfortunately with small batches, your stick blender will pull in air from the top because it creates those little swirl tunnels. And I was hearing the blender hum louder a lot, which means you've got air in it, but it doesn't hurt anything. It just leaves these little air bubbles everywhere that you could see. The good news is when you do a bigger batch, your stick blender is buried much better and you see a lot less air bubbles. I like the end piece too. It's kind of faded looking. I don't know if I was thinking to trim that off, but I think I'll just leave it. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Click the bell notification so you'll get notified when I post a new video. And I still think this design would work great as a Christmas soap too.